Kumbaya, my lord. Kumbaya. So I'm going to pre-record something for, you know, I think it's going to be Monday's upload, things like that, depending on how the weekend goes. But I am going to spend time with the kids. The exhaust came in for the truck. So while it is hooked up here, I actually want to put the Malibu. I should have done this before, but I want to put the Malibu over there. That way I can actually put the trailer where the Malibu is, versus putting the Malibu up top and it being stuck. So with that being said, you guys are going to get some exhaust tone changes and pitches and things like that, because we're going to pull this out, move the Malibu down, and then back it back in. So you'll hear the exhaust, everything like that. And then tomorrow, if we have time, we're going to put the MBRP 4-inch exhaust, turbo back exhaust on the truck, and probably do the same thing so that you guys can get some tone differences. This is one of my favorite exhausts by choice too. I've had a bunch of these trucks and I definitely love the 4-inch. The 5-inch is a little loud, a little raspy, especially when you're towing a camper. So. That was kind of cool. 2 people now today, and of course I don't have the GoPro rolling. It was just in the center console. 2 people today are taking pictures of the C5 and saying they like my content and things like that, and you know, it's definitely exciting and cool to see that type of stuff. So I'm glad you guys like the content and things like that, and stay supporters. We got some big things for the C5. If you have a 6-liter Ford, 03 is definitely the worst year, which actually this truck is, because the downpipe has an isolator on it. So it makes this pipe actually thicker and harder to come out. It's not terrible, but a lot of people cut all these bands and then take the isolator off, things like that. But there is a different way to do it. All you have to do is cut it. Like this section actually attaches to here, sort of like so. And then there's your up pipe, goes up to the turbo. So that's sort of how it fits in the truck, like that. Now, one thing I didn't tell people, and I probably should have, but the reason we're doing this kit is because it had an exhaust leak and it actually failed state inspection. So you can see there, 4 of 17 inspection stickers. So it did fail. I wasn't gonna tell anybody that, but it failed. I'll show you the part where it failed. I was just gonna modify it and say I was doing a cool, sweet modification, but as you can tell here, it actually was split at the back of the cat. It's not as cool to say, you know, I have to replace it because it's broke. It's definitely cooler to say I'm replacing it because we're modifying, we're making more power, things like that, which we are doing that. You know, this will lower the EGTs, everything like that. Again, sorry about the wind noise. At this point, I don't know what to do about wind noise. It's just part of, you know, the videos now. As you can see in other YouTubers' videos, you know, even with different mic setups and things like that, they're still getting a bunch of wind noise too. So I'm sorry guys, but we're gonna have to deal with it till we get summer hitting and no more cold weather, things like that. So I did get most of the exhaust on already. I did get obviously the exhaust off. As you can see here, we have most of it run, but I ran out of time yesterday or the other day. So it is actually Sunday now. So we're gonna finish this up actually right now. We have some time, and then we are actually going to load this truck up. Yes, that is right. We're gonna load this truck up with scrap, and Monday we're gonna make a scrap run, guys. So be excited about that. The yard will finally look a lot better. So I do want to do it. I've been wanting to do it, and today is sort of a nice day. I think it's supposed to be in the 50s. So this will be cleaned up today. The wheels that I still have remaining, I will actually be just putting in the front of the trailer for now until this guy decides whether he wants it or not. He did come, he looked at it, and now he's telling me this is a little too big for what he wants, which he told me he wanted a 24 footer. This is only a 21 footer, and he's now telling me this is too big. So I don't know what he actually wants. I don't think he even knows what he wants. I think what he's more or less looking for is an 18 or a 16 foot, but he's telling me, you know, this one's too big, which it is a pretty big trailer, but he told me he wanted a 24. I told him I found a 21, which would that suit him, and he said it would probably do it. You know, I really want a 24, but who knows, guys. It makes me chuckle a little bit because I mean, you got to know what you want at the end of the day. He definitely told me what he wanted, a 24 footer. He comes and looks at a 21 footer, and this is too big now. Too big. Come on. All right, guys, we got her all on and ready, so get her a little fire up. Oh man, he rolled coal all over. I guess I didn't think that through too well, but yeah, you guys can't see anything right now. Let me get the coal off the screen here real quick. Let me find a clean piece of clothes. Is that better? Oh, much better, much better. Find a little polish here, a little bit more. All right, guys, so there you have it. Now, this is just a quick couple clips that you're gonna hear for the sound, but man, does this thing sound good. I always love these 6.0 trucks with exhaust. And like I said, because I don't have a crew cab long bed, you have to cut off a little bit of a section, which I believe, well, I know it's 57.25 for the two sections together, so you usually end up with about a section that big. If I had to venture a guess, it'd probably be around 16.5 inches maybe. I can go in and measure that, but if you have an MBRP kit and you buy it new, they tell you actually how much to cut and where to cut and things like that. So I can't wait, guys. Now I am gonna move the trailer here so the kids can ride the four-wheeler, and I'm actually gonna start loading up some wheels in the trailer because we're just gonna store them in there until a later date. So this is a sound clip. It should be about the same sound as I did before. Maybe a little wind noise or so, but we'll There you have it, guys. A couple sound clips of the 6-liter 4-inch MBRP turbo back exhaust. One thing about me is I'm out here sweeping and cleaning and everything like that, and we got our friends up riding 4-wheelers and things like that. I'm always the one that's working. I mean, don't get me wrong, I do have some fun, but hey, I guess it's the weekend. First time he's riding a 4-wheeler, and he's gonna love it. He's having a ball. That's what it's all about.
Woo! That's got some balls. A little bit.
For a 90, that thing moves. I'm definitely glad I got that over that other one.
Yeah,
I got that little China one over there, but that thing doesn't even remotely come close to that thing. Now, after hearing all that, I want to know how you guys can sit there and, you know, say all the bad things everybody says about these 6.0s. Please tell me, how could you even hate on the way that that sounded, you know, back in the trailer? And that's just backing it in the yard. That's not even out wide open throttle or anything like that. That's just easing on the throttle, backing a trailer in. So please tell me why. The sound is just incredible on these trucks. So like I was saying, we got most of the yard cleaned up over here. We got all the wheels and everything stacked. I think what I'm gonna do is end up renting a storage unit for now. I'm gonna drop the trailer right here where it is because we're done up there. I don't really need anything. But what I did was I kind of figured that I was gonna have to take them somewhere, or, you know, get a storage facility of some sort. So I just sort of stacked them all in the 05 up here for now. This isn't where they're gonna stay or anything like that. See how they're all stacked in there, and then in the front I actually have the Volkswagen wheels that were there. So everything's pretty much just hidden, I guess, or stacked away there, but I do want to get everything cleaned up. So now I'm going to start loading up all this scrap metal in the back of that truck. So I got to grab my wheel chalks. This is usually where I kept my car trailer, so my wheel chalks are up here. Gonna grab them, chalk the wheels, and unhook and start loading up the scrap. It's definitely been a busy day today, so hope you guys like the content again. And we got a lot to come, a lot going on here. We definitely got to get this thing going too. That's definitely an eyesore. 7:30 on Sunday, 7:38. So what I did was I cut up the cat section for the C5. This is this truck here. That's obviously the one that had the leak, which failed inspection, and the reason we did the exhaust. This one was one that I've had laying around from an exhaust job on another 6-liter that I built last year. Now here's where the fun begins. This is where you guys, you know, you've seen everything out here before. It is getting cleaned up. Now I'm excited because this actually right here is where I'm going to put the trailer until the guy decides what he wants. So for tonight, I'm pretty well done, pretty well spent. We made pretty good headway. Like I said, I got the wheels and everything up top. This is where all that junk was from about here, obviously the door of the camper, back. And as you can see, it's all cleared up, all in the trash cans. I had to rake a little bit. All this stuff, all the scrap metal that, you know, to you guys it looked like all junk, which it is junk, but to me it was just a pile of scrap metal and wheels. So this truck is actually kind of disappointing. As you can see here, it is loaded to the gills with everything. We are going to run this to the scrap yard, but in all honesty, it did not hold that much scrap. It actually was a little depressing of how much, you know, went in here. There's a lot in here, but there's really not. There's so much more room that could be filled. I'm definitely not as happy with the roll cart as I thought I would have been, or the cap. So all this stuff's going to come off, and it's coming off this week. So with that being said, guys, hope you like my content, and I'm going to get the trailer loaded up and get it put over here so that we can have the drive up and back if I need to get that truck out or the other car. So let's get it cleaned up and move some stuff around. I'll show you guys in the morning how it looks. Looks so much better, so much happier. I knew it was going to be a little bit of a task. I've been doing this for probably about 6 hours, but she looks so much better out here, guys. And what we're going to do is we're actually going to take the trailer and park it there until the guy decides what he wants to do, because I feel like it'd be out of the way more there than being here, because this, believe it or not, this is a good 4 or 5 parking spots in a row that I would have, versus being one here, and then you'd have one there. So I've had this driveway for quite some time, so I kind of know what's best for parking. And with this over there, it's definitely going to make it easier to get in and out of. So tomorrow's another day, guys.